Hey everybody, this is Christopher Small, and this is another episode of the Unconventional Attorney Podcast. I am your host, as I already said, Christopher Small. I am the Unconventional Attorney. That intro is indicative of my state of mind right now, which is a little bit fried, a little bit sick. I'm not sure if you can hear it in my voice. I'm a little nasally. I'm getting over a cold. I just did a 2-day Mastermind Experience up here in Seattle with some really, really cool people. And I wanted to make sure that I got this episode out today, talk to you about some cool stuff, and also didn't leave you hanging. So before I get to that though, I want to always remind you, if you want more, for free, please go and subscribe to my newsletter, theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. Super simple and super action-packed, information-packed. Guarantee that you'll like it. If you don't, unsubscribe. I'm not hitting you up with a bunch of salesy stuff. It's that. Every once in a while I may tell you about the inner circle, but most of the time it's just that once a week, hitting you over the head with some information that's going to help you with your business, with your life, with everything. All right? That's it. One more announcement though. We're going to try this and just see what happens. I'm going to put it out there into the universe and we'll see what happens. I am looking for an associate attorney in my office, and part of this mastermind meeting was kind of searching for the best way to find that person, and they suggested quite smartly, and I think quite rightly, that I should just sort of put it out here and see if any of you are interested. Now, this position is going to take on some very unique characteristics. I am the unconventional attorney, which means I don't typically do things in a normal way. That means I don't run my law firm in a normal way either. You know, there are sort of 3 central tenets of my firm that will apply to you if you're interested in working here. Tenet number 1 is that we don't bill by the hour. So you don't have to worry about meeting hourly requirements. You're going to get paid based off your performance and your contribution. Item number 2 is that everybody's treated like pros here. So I'm not going to big time you. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. And if you work hard and you're done, then you get to act like a regular old person. You don't have to ask me to go to the bathroom. Okay, type of stuff. And then number 3, you get to run your own race. This is something I stole from one of my buddies. His name is Dan. But you can go as fast or as slow as you want. The faster or slower you go, though, it's probably going to end up dictating the amount of money that you make in the long run. I'm looking for someone that's interested in growing, both personally and professionally. I'm looking for someone that is interested in working hard. I'm looking for someone that is interested in sales, okay, and marketing and estate planning. I need you to be interested in sort of taking control of your own professional destiny. If you are interested in that, then you can email me. Email me, chris@cmslawfirm.com. In the subject line, put associate attorney. Okay? If you don't put that in there, you're immediately not going to make it, because I need you to be able to follow some directions. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about why this position is interesting to you. I'm not going to pay for you to move here. I'm not going to do any of that exciting stuff that you would think most people would normally do. But in return, I'm going to show you how to create the life that you want to lead, and I'm going to actually allow you to have the opportunity to do that. So if you're tired of practicing law the old way, if you're tired of working 12 hours a day, having unreasonable billable requirements, all this kind of just stupid stuff, then shoot me an email, chris@cmslawfirm.com. All right, that kind of piggybacks a little bit onto what I wanted to talk about today, which I'm going to do briefly, both because I'm sick and you don't want to hear me sort of like sniffling and snorting and cawing around over here, and also because I have to go to swim lessons for the kids here pretty soon. But what I want to talk about this mastermind experience briefly. It was really cool. It was something with a bunch of people that I didn't know. There were 10 people there. I knew 3 of them, I think. And so it was a really great experience to get to know some other people. And what was also really cool about this one too was it was very diverse. There were Amazon sellers, there were people that purchased businesses, there were manufacturers, There were gym owners. So it's cool. It's a good group. I learned a lot. I got to learn a lot about what they were doing. I got some help with my own business and my own stuff moving forward. And in all, it was just a really great experience. One of the people there, though, was probably the most interesting, I guess, because his philosophy and his take on life is just so different than everyone else in that room, I think. He literally just does not work. All right, his name is Michael, and he owns a boat, a yacht, really, and he lives on the boat. Excuse me. And he lets people come on the boat. He takes people out on the boat, like on charters and stuff like that. And he is sort of independently wealthy in a way. And part of that is he sells Amazon stuff, and he's just really good at it. He found a couple of good products that just sell every day, all day, forever, and he's just letting it ride. He's not trying to build new products. He's not trying to build new audience. He's not trying to teach people about it. He's just like living his life. He's super spiritual. He's done a bunch of woo-woo stuff, gone on ayahuasca journeys and all this other cool stuff. But his take on life and his take on everything, he was kind enough to share some time with us and just talk about where he's coming from and what his thoughts are. Shared his boat with us. I don't know if you saw that, if you're if you follow me on Instagram at the Unconventional Attorney, or if you are in Facebook. I posted a couple pictures there, but it was really cool and really enlightening. And the point of that is to tell you, or to encourage you to build your life first, and then you'll build your firm to fit your life. If you don't want to work a whole bunch, then create your firm so you don't have to work a whole bunch. If you do want to work a whole bunch, if you want to really go for it, then do that too. Like, you have the opportunity to do anything that you want, and you are only limited by your imagination and by the belief that you can actually do it. So don't blame me, don't blame anybody else, don't blame the economy, don't blame your geography, don't blame anyone except for you if you create a life for yourself that you don't love. This is part of the reason why I do this podcast, is to teach you how to get clients, how to create a business, how to sell things, so that you can create the life that you want. So Michael's journey and Michael's sort of philosophy and take on life is important. It's one that I've always preached here too, is that there's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer for your life. There's no right or wrong answer for your practice. But until you step up and are honest with yourself about what you want, and you are willing to say those things and be smirked at and snickered at and laughed at and made fun of behind your back, all the way to like a level of happiness that you have never known, until you're able and willing to do that, you're not going to get what you want. All right? You know, I go into a group of law firm owners or attorneys, in particular, not law firm owners, but attorneys, and they think I'm a chump sometimes, right? I'm not doing high-end estate planning. You know, I'm not working out like crazy. I don't have a bunch of accolades. But you know what I do? I provide an amazing client service. I make really good money doing it. I work the exact hours that I want, doing the things that I love, helping the people that I really want to, working with good people, and that's what I want to do. I have no conflict at work. I have no conflict in my life. I don't do any litigation. Clients come in happy. They leave happy. They're thankful. They're appreciative. They pay on time. They work as hard as I do for them, and it's just a great experience overall. So as you are creating your firm, building your firm, managing your firm, sort of thinking about the direction of your firm, step one is to be honest with yourself and the kind of life that you want and where you want to go. Then design your firm to get you there, because that's what it's all about. Anytime this topic comes up, I always think about this story, and I'm not going to tell it well. I might try to Google it really quickly and see if I can actually find it, because it's just so perfect for this. Give me 5 seconds. We're going to see it hit in a moment of silence, where I'm going to talk right through this and see what comes up. So let's see. It's basically the idea that this guy comes, this like executive finds this guy, this fisherman on this island, and he's got he is, he has like a single boat. He's taking people out. He's teaching them how to fish. He brings them home, and he just is living a great life. And he says, And this guy comes and visits him and says, here we go. Here it is. I found it. So here it is. I'm going to read it to you. An American investment banker was at the pier of a small coastal Mexican village when a small boat with just one fisherman docked. Inside the small boat were several large yellowfin tuna. The American complimented the Mexican on the quality of his fish and asked how long it took to catch them. The Mexican replied, "Only a little while." The American then asked why didn't he stay out longer and catch more fish. The Mexican said he had enough to support his family's immediate needs. The American then asked, "But what do you do with the rest of your time?" The Mexican fisherman said, "I sleep late, fish a little, play with my children, take siestas with my wife Maria, and stroll into the village each evening where I sip wine and play guitar with my amigos. I have a full and busy life." The American scoffed. "I have an MBA from Harvard and can help you," he said. "You should spend more time fishing, and with the proceeds, buy a bigger boat. With the proceeds from the bigger boat, you could buy several boats, and eventually you would have a fleet of fishing boats. Instead of selling your catch to a middleman, you could sell directly to the processor, eventually opening up your own cannery. You could control the product, processing, and distribution," he said. "Of course, you would need to leave the small coastal fishing village, and move to Mexico City, then Los Angeles, and eventually to New York City, where you will run your expanding enterprise." The Mexican fisherman asked, "But how long will all this take?" To which the American replied, 15 to 20 years or so." "But what then?" asked the Mexican. The American laughed and said, "That's the best part. When the time was right, you would announce an IPO and sell your company stock to the public and become very rich. You would make millions." "Millions? Then what?" The American then said, "Then you could retire, move to a small coastal fishing village where you could sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, take siestas with your wife, and stroll to the village in the evenings where you could sip wine and play guitar with your amigos." Point of the story is, create your life now. Don't work really hard to make something that you could make right now. All right? And that was Michael's point exactly. He's living his best life. He's loving it. And he is taking what comes in front of him and just enjoying it. Okay? So that is the point of this podcast. If you're doing stuff you don't like, stop it. Find a way to do something else. If you don't like the law practice that you have, stop it. Find a way to do something else. If you don't like the direction that your practice is going, stop it and do something else. If you need help, call me. I can help you because I'm doing exactly the same thing with my law firm. All right, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I'm Christopher Small, the Unconventional Attorney. Once again, get on my newsletter. If this is you, I'm going to show you how to get out of this. Make your own life. Make your own firm. Do it all. theunconventionalattorney.com/newsletter. If you are a practicing attorney and you want to sort of walk into this life on your own, work hard, do well, email me, chris@cmslawfirm.com, put associate attorney in the subject line, and just tell me a little bit about you and why this might be interesting to you. All right, that is it. Thank you so much for your time. I'll talk to you again in a few days.